What's up guys, PC here, and today we're talking the Pixel 7a. Now you all know the story, right? Google releases a Pixel each year, and half a year later, they come up with a top-down version of that exact same flagship for a super attractive price, which represents their most popular product line, which is the Pixel A series phones. So the Pixel 7 came out last year, and now we're presented with the all-new Pixel 7a, which is the successor of the Pixel 6a, which was priced at $450, and yet the Pixel 7a costs $500. Okay, so it isn't a surprise as to how and what the design would be, since 500 million people already knew how this would be in context to the leaks and renders of the Pixel 7a. And thanks to Google, now I don't want to point fingers as to whether they do it on purpose to try out reverse marketing stunts, or whether they genuinely are bad at keeping secrets. But yeah, thanks to Google, now we know. The Pixel 7a and the Pixel Fold was released on the Google I/O 2023 event on May 10th, which is kind of intriguing because it is filled with AI stuff.
Been applying AI to make AI first, generative AI, third AI, deploying AI, finally rigorously tested AI with AI.
Large language models with AI.
Power of AI, generative AI, AI platform, AI.
Tailwind, AI first AI model.
The moon landing is AI generated.
Generative AI, powered by generative AI.
With AI at the center. Leading edge AI research with Google's AI in the cloud, personal AI.
Which makes me want to question whether OpenAI and Microsoft would be able to sustain their competitive edge over the AI war against Google, since they are working with all their muscles to pump in AI into all their hardware. I mean, the Tensor G2 chip especially has real soft corners for AI. Alright, now let's talk about the phone. It has a plastic back which, albeit is a matte and is definitely distinguishable from the higher-end Pixel 7 model, but most people would not mark this as something of lower quality. In other words, the design is fine. Actually, it's more than fine, since what's new about this particular A phone is that it has wireless charging and a 9 years display. I mean, it's still 7.5 watts of wireless charging, definitely not the most convenient thing in the world, but heads up for progress, I guess. Now, speaking of 9 years display, something funny about it is that the phone has a 6 years display on by default, and honestly, I get the point. If you're a grandpa who doesn't care about the smoothest display in the world, but does care about a little bit more battery juice, then you might appreciate this phone by default. But if you're watching my video, chances are you are a person who cares about tech stuff. Then you already would know that the phone has a 9 years display, and you probably would try to toggle it on. Now, I said I get their point, but I don't necessarily agree with them. Anyway, a thing that I think most of y'all see coming is the IP67 water and dust resistance instead of the IP68 from Pixel 7, because it is, after all, a cheaper phone. And okay, now let's talk about the most anticipated part of this video, and that is the software. Look, nobody ever in the history of mankind ever bought a Pixel phone for its hardware. We all love the Pixels for its classic best-in-class clean and smart UI with added layers of Material U and 3 years of software update. Oh, by the way, it's such a smack on Google's face, since Google owns Android and their devices lose out on software update legitimacy, since Samsung phones get 4 to 5 years of guaranteed software update and 5 years of security patches. Now let's talk about the battery. So it's basically the same as the Pixel 7 with a 4385 mAh battery with support up to 80 watts of charging, which is kind of slow, and as I mentioned, up to 7.5 watts of wireless charging. In conclusion, the battery life is average. There's nothing to applaud about. Matter of fact, I'd say the battery life is on the lower average size, since most other phones in the $500 mark destroys it in the battery department. Alright, now let's talk about the shine of the Pixels, the camera. The Pixel 6a, along with all the Pixels from the past 4 years, had the same 12 megapixel IMX363 sensor, which worked fine since their software was so ahead of the game that they were able to squeeze every bit of juice out of these sensors. But this year, Pixel 7a has a new 64 megapixel main camera with a 13 megapixel ultra wide and a 13 megapixel front camera. Turns out Google invested quite a bit of time matching numbers with the new sensors, and you can see the software heroes appreciating the larger sensor, but it does lag behind a little bit in front of the Pixel 7 and the Pixel Fold. I mean, it's kind of obvious since they wouldn't want to cannibalize their flagship Pixel 7 for its cheaper counterpart, which kind of makes sense. In conclusion, I'd say get the Pixel 7. Yeah, you heard me right. The Pixel 7a is a brilliant phone, but we all know how often the Pixel phones go on sale, and it's really not that hard to find a Pixel 7 for $100 off the price tag. For that, you're getting a better camera, a slightly bigger display, glass instead of plastic, a better haptics, better speakers, and overall a good hand feel. So yeah, I think you wouldn't regret taking the Pixel 7 over the Pixel 7a, albeit it's a 6-month-old phone right now, so yeah, you be the judge. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Bye.